What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of B&B. Um, I'm loving what the writers are doing with Justin. I'm freaking here for it. Like, I'm here for all of this. I like it. It's such a huge, change of pace. It's something fresh. You know what I mean? And you get to see Justin in a different light. Because for me, like, I never thought in a million years Justin would ever turn on Bill. Or, I never thought he would. Because he's been fiercely loyal to Bill all these years. So to see him just with these crazy ass looks on his face, like it's just so scary and mysterious. Like I seen some people on Twitter saying, "Oh, him not saying much today or whatever when Thomas was in the cage yelling and screaming at him, like that's bad acting or something like that." And I'm like, it's not bad acting, that's smart acting, because if you watch a show like The Sopranos or The Wire, a lot of times you learn a lot without them saying so much. Like their facial expressions actually told the story more than their words did. Like their mannerisms, their facial expressions. That's good acting. And what Justin did today was smart. You know what I mean? Because we're all speculating about what Justin is up to. My speculation is he wants Spencer Publications. But what I love is that Justin has been very mute. Like he hasn't told Thomas or anybody for that matter what the hell he's up to. Like we don't really know what he wants. What his interests are. We don't know. You know what I mean? I'm speculating that he wants Spencer because that's the way it's looking to me. You know what I mean? Him sitting behind Bill's desk and deleting that video off the phone. Mind you, that video could get his clients out of jail. You know what I mean? Wouldn't have to go to trial. All the charges would be dropped. So for him to get rid of that video, I'm like, it just tells me that he wants Spencer. He wants them out the way. But I'm also confused by him deleting that video. Because if you think about it, how is he supposed to get control of Spencer Publications? He doesn't own any stock in that company. So how is he supposed to get control? I would have saved that video because if he wanted Spencer, he could have took that video to Bill and blackmailed Bill into giving him his 49% of the company. He could have got Bill, Katie, and Karen to give up their stock in the company. That way he would own 100% of Spencer. And by the time they signed the documents and transferred those stocks over, he would have gave them the video. They would have been free, but they wouldn't have a company to come home to. I think that would have been brilliant too. So for him to delete that video and he doesn't own any stock in the company, I'm like, so what is his motivation? Like, is he just tired of Bill talking shit to him sometime? Like, is he tired of living in Bill's shadow? Like, what is the plan here? You know what I mean? So that's what's keeping me on edge because I want to know what Justin is up to. Wyatt came up in the office with his little tight suit on, screaming and hollering. You're supposed to be trying to get Dad and Liam out of jail. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, Wyatt, shut up. He's saying there, what are your plans? What is your strategy? Wyatt, you and your tight suit, be quiet. Be quiet. Put the shut to the up and be quiet. But I love how Justin handled him. Justin was like, oh, I got a plan. Justin didn't tell him shit about his strategy to get Liam and Bill out. He just kept saying, I'm on top of it. I got a plan. That's all he kept saying to him. And he was just like placating them the whole time. And I'm like, Wyatt, you can't be this obtuse. Like, if he's telling you he's on top of it, he got a strategy, he got a plan, why are you not wondering or pushing harder to find out what exactly the plan is? Because like Wyatt pointed out, Justin's not really a criminal defense attorney. You know what I mean? He's more corporate. He's more of a corporate lawyer type. So I would have been pushing harder to find out, okay, so what's your strategy? You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of odd that Wyatt didn't push it. I understand he trusts Justin because Justin has always, had Bill's back. But it's like, come on, bro. I'll be questioning that shit all up and down. Because when something don't sit right with me, I tend to ask questions. In that whole meeting, that whole interaction that he had with Justin, even for me watching it, it just didn't sit right. Even if I didn't know what Justin was up to or I didn't see him knock Thomas out or delete the video, I would have been suspicious of that because it's like something ain't sitting right. He just keep telling you that he's on top of it. He got a plan. What's the goddamn plan? I would have been asking all type of questions. it's in my nature when something don't sit right. So it's kind of like, Wyatt, why are you not asking the right question or pushing it? Like, why are you not doing it? But I guess. Um, so Thomas is sitting in a cage, and my thing about that was, is he still in the Forrester building, like in the basement or something? Like, where the hell is he? Or is he in the Spencer building in the basement? He's somewhere in the basement in a cage. And I'm like, how the hell did Justin get Thomas out of the building, or get him out of the office for that matter? Number one, without anybody seeing him, and two, without surveillance cameras seeing him. That's what I want to know. And I, even though Justin deleted the video, I'm like, it should be backed up in the cloud, or I know Bill, I believe, I think he threw Vinny's phone. So Vinny's phone might still be out there somewhere. If Bill didn't destroy it or anything and he just threw it, it should be out there somewhere. So the video is definitely on that phone. So there's other ways of getting that video again. Thomas kept asking Justin all these questions and, telling him, like, we got the video, let's go to the cops, let's do X, Y, and Z. And Justin was just sitting there on mute. Justin was not answering none of his questions. He wasn't nothing. He was just sitting there staring at him with his evil ass look. And Thomas is putting the pieces together. Thomas, remembered that Justin was the one who knocked him the hell out. And he's remembering that, he's just putting it together after he told him, like, I got all the evidence on the phone and yada, yada, yada. So he's putting the two and two together, and he like, oh, so you want Bill and Liam out the way so you could take over Spencer. And again, Justin didn't answer that question. He didn't answer. He didn't give him a head nod. He did nothing. Like, no indication that he was right about his, plans. And that's what I love, because the writers made it so mysterious. Like, all we can do is speculate and think we know what Justin's up to, but we really don't. Not until Justin actually says it. But I think I think it could be about Spencer. I definitely do. And I'm loving it. I think this is dope. And listen, Justin has my support, because at the end of the day, he going for his. Like, he got to do what he got to do. So anyway, moving on from that, Steffi and Hope pretty much was having the same conversation that they had yesterday. Liam doesn't deserve to be in jail. How they gonna tell the kids, and yada, 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 and the DA and all this foolishness, blaming Bill every 5 seconds. I do agree with Steffi. It's like, why would Bill try to get himself out of prison and not try to get Liam out? Of course he's gonna try to get Liam out. Of course he will. He's not gonna, worry just solely on his freedom. He's gonna try to get Liam out of there too. But I think it's smart that Hope and Steffi team up to try to figure out how to get Liam out of jail. I mean, they're not really worried about getting Bill out, but, I think it's smart of them to team up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if they team up, they can find Vinny's phone or somehow get that video. You know what I'm saying? Like, to get Liam and Bill out of jail. So I think them teaming up would be the smart, would be the wise thing to do at this point. Because sitting around crying about it or saying, oh, Liam shouldn't be in there, that's not going to get him out. Being proactive, now that can help. So anyway, moving on from that, Katie, she's still worried about, how Will's taking everything, and she's worried about school and what the kids might say, because Bill thought the kids might have been bullying him, but she was like, not yet. But she feels like it might be coming soon. You know what I mean? Because, these kids today, they got access to the internet, and Bill, him and Liam's arrest is, top news, seeing as how he's CEO of Spencer Publications. It's big news all over the media. So it's bound to, make its way to the school kids, and they're at that age where they're probably going to start teasing Will about it. So she's worried about that. And I do agree. I mean, they're questioning what the hell Justin's strategy is, because Bill is getting impatient at this point. He's getting real pissed off that he felt Justin's not doing a decent enough job of getting him the hell up out of there. And he needs Justin to move it. But I'm like, at the end of the day, Justin's a corporate attorney. How much you think a corporate attorney can do for you in a criminal defense? But Bill gonna have a rude awakening when he find out that what Justin's up to. That Justin could have had him out right now and he didn't. Yeah, I see a war brewing. It might be a war brewing between Justin and Bill, and I think I'm here for it. I think it'll be a change of pace. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode, and I'll see y'all all later. Peace.